About Filipinas Live, I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Bagong conference, bagong panimula. Two teams that didn't go very deep in the Philippine Cup get renewed starts in this 50th season Commissioner's Cup. Magnolia tries to build on its gains in the LA Tenorio era, while Phoenix tries to start a new chapter with Charles Chu at the helm. So getting a good start will be the motivation for both of these teams to get an early W for an early investment. And my partner, who knows a thing or two about investments, knows the importance of a good start for these two teams.
Definitely a good start, Sev. Ang kinakailangan itong dalawang koponan na to. Start of the new conference. You know, you have tweaks in your lineups. You have a coaching change on one team. Really a fresh start para dito sa isang koponan. And itong mga Magnolia, alam natin, you know, they started out well in the previous conference.
Yes.
But did not end how they wanted it to be. So tingnan natin, ito na nga ang simula ng dalawang koponan na to for this conference.
Let's make a review as our game producer, Vanessa Rillo, is kind of does.
Sino?
Vanessa Rillo, ang ating first time GP.
Okay,
ito, Magnolia, pasadahan mo doon.
Ito nga, 6 seed itong Magnolia, 6-5. Lost to TNT in the quarterfinals, pero won their first 4 of their first 5 games, pero yung huling 3 laro, yun na, sunod-sunod yung talo nitong Magnolia. And you could see that this is a team that's still trying to figure out, you know, the new system. With Coach L.A. Tenorio, makikita mo naman na may mga pinasok siyang sistema that they are trying to discover how to maximize those opportunities. And tignan natin itong lineup ng Magnolia Hotshots right now. Alam mo, pag-usapan natin yung import agad. Kasi iba dapat yung import nila, di ba? Pero nung Wednesday, sinabi nila, papalitan namin yung import dahil pakiramdam nila hindi perfect fit para sa kanila. So their new import is Nuni Omot. Nakita na natin yan dito sa FIBA World Cup, and he is one guy that was very impressive, and for sure a lot of people remembered him, how he played in that FIBA World Cup. Ito, he's 31 years old, 6'9", from South Sudan, went to Baylor College, last played for Lebanon in Al Riyadi, and 2023 Basketball Africa League champion, MVP, and also part of the first team. So in terms of caliber, in terms of anong nagagawa niya on the floor, he has proven himself, pero alam natin, he has to prove himself also here in the PBA.
Alam naman natin yung wave ng African basketball, ibang-iba na compared to previous decades. Phoenix naman, pag-usapan natin. Si Charles June, nagmumuni-muni doon sa labas kanina. Nakita mo?
Nakausap natin sa kanina. I'm very excited to be back in the PBA, obviously, as a head coach dito sa Phoenix Super LPG. 3-8 yung kanilang record in the previous conference. And, you know, big coaching change for them. A number of players also. And we know we want to be able to see ano bang dadalhin ni Coach Charles. Yung sistema niya nakita natin was...
Ang alam ko dala niyang isa-isang alam ko si T.Y. Tang kasama na dyan.
Grabe naman talaga.
Yung partnership na yan. Yung dalawang yan. Binati ako ni T.Y. sa labas. Kahit dalawa talaga ni Charles. Kasama na naman kayo dalawa. Pero they're hoping that they can make some magic with this lineup.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you can see that it's not such a super strong lineup, but they're hoping their import James Dickey III will be able to help them really plug that in. Na nakita naman natin in the previous conference, kulang sa malaki itong Phoenix. They have big guys who are pretty athletic but are still undersized and cannot really compete yet with the big men dito sa PBA.
6'10", tapos Indonesia pala ang last time na lugar na pinaglaruan. Okay, mukhang introductions na starting lineup. Padala na natin sa ating guwapo-guwapong Coliseum announcer para makilala ang starting lineup ng Phoenix at saka ng Magnolia.
Masters, let's meet the starters first. From the Magnolia Chicken Timplados Hotshots. At guard, standing at 6 feet with clutch DNA, wearing jersey number 3, the lethal weapon, ang angas ng tondo, Paul Lee. At center, proud Kapampangan from Limao, Pampanga, standing 6'7", and second overall of the 2013 rookie draft, the silent assassin, jersey number 10, Ian Sakala. At guard, the 2026 PBA All-Star Rookie and Sophomore MVP, wearing jersey number 30, Jerome Lastimosa. At forward, a member of the 2026 PBA All-Star North Champion Team, the Xavier Lucero. And at forward, a member of the South Sudan National Basketball Team, and now proudly wearing a Magnolia Hotshots jersey, wearing jersey number 1, Nuni Omot. Head coach for Magnolia is L.A. Tenorio. And now introducing the starters for the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. From San Fernando, La Union at guard, number 19, Tyler Tio. Also at guard from Isabela, number 25, Richie Rivero. From Ilocos Norte at forward, number 1, Kai Palungay. At forward from San Luis, Pampanga, number 26, Brian Santos. And at center, number 2, James Dickey III. Head coach for Phoenix is Charles Chu. Game officials are Mike Claude Deniza, Jerry Naranda, Iron Traballo, and Obed Arnegi. This game is under the supervision.
On your screens, the gentleman who will have the whistles for this game. Deniza, Naranda, Traballo, and Palagi. And here are the starting players for these two teams.
Opoli, Lastimosa, Omot, Sangalang, and Xavier Lucero. Then on the other hand, Tio Rivero, Dickey III, Kai Balungay, and Santos.
I requested Poli. I told him, nilapitan ko, give me 1 4-point shot.
Eh, pag libre yan, titira niya yan.
Sabi niya sa akin, of course. Mahirap niyayaya yan. Sumusunod siya.
Oo.
Di ba? Ito na mga import. Nagkundagan. At ang unang possession ay nasa kamay ng Phoenix.
Nakakatuwa, no?
Okay.
Kasi mo talaga umiikli na naman yung mga shorts ng mga player na.
Oo, ganun. Balik ba? Kaninong panahon bumabalik? Panahon ni... Huwag na, never mind. In the meantime, this pass goes awry, rather. And here comes... Oh! Lastimosa with the Pinoy step.
I really like how they're giving him the freedom to be able to start out the ball games. And nakita naman natin, even in the previous conference, yung minuto na binibigay sa kanya. And he was able to produce just some injuries for him. And especially nung na-injure siya dun sa Dubai game, if I'm not mistaken, with that ankle.
Oh, in the meantime, Magnolia is off to a fiery start with the first 4 points of the game.
A very important, sharp start. Makikita mo dun sa Magnolia right away, diba, defensively, nakakuha sila ng steal agad. And then able to find Sangalang down low.
Santos, he's always had that 3-point shot, so he delivers on that one to trim down the lead to just 1.
Talking about trimming down, Santos lost a little bit of weight as well. Looks like very lean right now.
Kailan ba tayo natapos ng tunong bagay? Nawala rin ng Phoenix, hindi pumasok. Omot tries it from the outside, won't work. So ang pinalitan ni Omot is somebody named Terrell Lamont Source. No? I'll run with the name Source for now. And
didn't really last that long, a couple of weeks.
Sabi mo nagkaroon ng practice game.
Nagkaroon ng practice game and against Phoenix. Phoenix actually ended up winning that ball game. So it could be, they felt that it's not a good fit for them. Paminsan kasi hindi pa available yung import na gusto mo eh.
Kuminsan siguro na pagka alam ng mga player yan, naku. Alam nila eh, no? Sa umpisa pa lang eh.
Napaka-importante sa team, dun sa mga manlalaro na mabibilib sila dun sa import. Because
na hindi lang marunong umingles o malakas kumain.
Correct. O malaki.
Kaya yan ako na po. Story.
Diba? Kailangan kaya kang ipanalo.
Ano sabi ni Charles Giuseppe? If you are willing to share. Ready naman mag-coach yan.
Yes, definitely very ready. He's excited about his team. Obviously, he's excited about being given this opportunity.
First time to be head coach in the PBA, di ba?
Officially.
Officially.
Nakita naman natin the role that he played with Converge and a couple of other teams.
And of course,
you can see that he had a big role in it already.
At saka ganda ng build-up niya for Benil. They've been runner-up the last 2 seasons. Meantime, Balongay gives Phoenix the lead early on after the early surge of Magnolia. Go ahead.
Oo, si Coach Charles, nakapanalo na rin yan ng international competition.
Ano yung paborito ng Mighty Group?
Oo, yung sa Dubai. Dubai Invitational.
Here's
Jones Cup as well.
Yes, Rivero giving that. And look at Phoenix run. They've run together 7 straight points.
Kasi makita mo sa simula nitong Phoenix, diba? He's looking at being athletic, right?
Being young.
Diba? Young and a lot of energy. Kasi yun yung strength eh.
Naiipit yung import. Trying to get used to the physical nature of the PBA. Lastimosa all the way, won't make it, and the rebound claim by Dickey.
And it's different in the PBA, especially if you're the import, kasi ikaw talaga yung pipisikalin, sigurado.
9 straight points registered by the Pupil Investors with 8:45 to go. Let's take a second look at this sidestepping motion. And we will glide into a timeout and be back with you very quickly.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Import change right before the start of the conference. As for the coaches, they saw something in those tune-up games that gave them enough reason to switch reinforcement. They wanted someone more versatile and impactful, something they saw from Nuni Omod. But more than their import, Coach L.A. Tenorio stressed that whoever their import is, he's expecting a lot more from his locals. This being their second conference na magkakasama. He knows more or less the strengths and weaknesses of his players at yung Hotshots naman, alam na rin yung gusto mangyari ni Coach LA. And with that familiarity and comfortability, they're hoping to get past through the quarterfinals this conference. 7 dogs.
I have received a lot of messages asking about the career of Apple the Field as a choreographer, of course. So many groups are asking if they can
Alam mo,
choreograph.
every time na magkakaroon ng All-Stars, meron tayong nakikitang bago.
May moment para kay Apple. Remember the one in Iloilo?
Oo.
She shot that granny shot.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened there.
Nagkagulo ang social media.
Nagkagulo. Yung choreographer. Yung, di ba, siya yung kinunan, hindi na sumasagot.
Di ba? Nagkagulo rin lahat.
Yung Jolly Escobar nga nakaupo.
Parang nagkagulo yung tinuturuan niya.
Yung sumunod sa kanya.
Talaga?
Si Jolly Escobar nasa likod. Gusto nga tumayo.
Sumayaw din?
Si Bagumba dyan, hindi ko alam.
Ba't parang pinag-uusapan pa yun?
Hindi kasi tayo. Samantala, 9-4.
Pero yun, magaling daw sumayaw yun, ha?
Sino?
Si Johnny.
Okay. Meanwhile, Omar, tama yung sabi ni LA doon sa last time out. Explain.
Yes, you know, it's about being positive. You had a pretty good start, right? The first one, minute or two. Pero biglang nakabalik itong Phoenix, and you need to be positive because there will be points in the game that things will not go well.
Hey, mahilig itong Dicky magsasa-side step, ano, ha?
Ang laki niya, di ba? So he's able to go around the defender and shoot over him.
And the other teams are already scouting.
Oh, for sure.
He likes to move from right to left.
And di ba yung makita mo lang yung highlights, di ba, sa YouTube o kung saan man, di ba, the scouting report, iba yung pag mapanood mo siya.
Ito yung mga
live.
Ito yung mga import na tall and lean.
Yes.
7:25 to go. 11-6 count. 11-2 run engineered by Phoenix after being down 4-0 early on. Omot fires, misses, and there's a foul given up by Santos. Omot will visit the free throw line.
Minsan balikan natin yung report ni Apple about the import change. You know, they saw a few things in those number of games to give them reason enough to make that decision. And it's not easy, right? Because, you know, what 2 days before dumating itong si Omot, and napakahirap nun that you only have a day or two to be able to practice, and he's gonna adjust to the situation that you have here, unlike that they had a couple of weeks with the previous import. Pero kinakailangan mong magdesisyon right? And if you're not seeing something that again na maipapanahalo ka, you gotta make that decision.
Alam mo kasi importante scorer di ba? Kasi
scorer. Versatile ang hinahanap nila, di ba?
Lalo ng bulko ng scoring kasi manggagaling sa import.
And Seb, you gotta look at it. Sino pa rin bang tinitignan mo? You're still looking at San Miguel because now all of a sudden San Miguel will have, di ba, a big import, and then you have Jumar Fajardo. And then you look at Converge, they'll have an import, then they'll have Twin Towers. Di ba? Ganun rin itong Magnolia, malalaki din.
Omar trying to take it strong against everybody. Has scored the last 4 points of Magnolia. Cuts the lead down to 1. Get 2 free throws earlier. Dicky looks like a natural leader. Looks like Dwight Howard with that hairdo.
At Seb, maririnig mo siya It's a depensa, he's really communicating with his teammates, telling them what to anticipate and if screens are coming.
Theo hits the second rainbow of Phoenix in the game. Earlier, Santos had one. There's a call off the dribble.
And look at what Magnolia is doing. They're really going to their import very early. They're trying to see what this guy can do and then make the defense react.
3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. It's not just a shot, it's a conversion. Hello, you're at the crowd.
At Seb, mapapansin mo, because...
crowd murmuring. Alam ba nyo nasa Alam ba nyo nasa midcourt? Nararamdaman
ang haba kasi.
Diba? You want him to say so?
Hindi. Alam mo, ang mapapansin mo rin talaga dito, that they're gonna give him a lot of the basketball on top because he probably doesn't have too much of an idea yet of the offense that they're running. So bibigyan mo siya ng a lot of free pass and him trying to be able to go one-on-one.
Like in this situation. He drills it in. Quick counter to no avail. Diggy tries to snatch it back. Ball is loose, picked up by Tyler Teal. Tyler sends it. And off the drive. Is that Richie Rivera?
Richie Rivera.
If this is the system of transition, you know, Richie's going to flourish here. Yung ganyan, open court, mabilis. Very strong individual talent kasi itong si Richie naman. Alam
Yes,
natin
very
yan.
good finisher. You need to be able to maximize that talent.
We're down to 5:44 in the first quarter. Second day of competition dito sa ating conference. May post ni Happy. Sabi niya, Alan, start na naman ang bagong conference. Ganun talaga.
Parang nakikita ko kasi parati yung mga post ni Apple nasa ibang bansa eh.
Hindi mo to, nag-umpisa ka na naman.
Hindi!
Umpisa
Alam
ka
mo,
na
ang
naman.
maganda kasi dito kay Apple is she works hard but she also knows how to enjoy.
I don't want to even go there, you know. Ikaw, sige, bahala ka. Mapatay ka, bahala ka buhay niya.
Hindi, babalik na ako dito sa laro.
Sama ng tingin sa'yo, oh. 16-12. Sangalaw. Paul Lee is in the game. Paul tries to shake it. Oh! He swatted, but there's a foul as the lethal weapon picks himself up. Rivera is charged with the foul. 4-point lead anew for Phoenix.
Seb, you look at this. Almost every time they have a chance, yung limang manlalaro ng Phoenix are going together, talking to each other, and trying to give each other, you know, and communicate kung ano ba yung nangyayari, kung ano yung pwede nilang gawin. Tio already with 5 points for Phoenix. Paul Lee knocking down that first free throw.
Ang maninong free throw game. And I know he might miss the second, but most of the time, maninang talaga yun.
Kahit no more time on the clock. You need to make
We've
three.
seen him do that internationally. And the lead is down to 2 after Paul Lee drills in 2 charities. Tyler Teal shakes free, goes to the corner, open shot. Good.
You can see that they're comfortable dun sa positions that they are in. Meaning, alam ni Tio na nandun sa may bandang wing, itong si Toppin, that if he gets into trouble when he drives down that baseline, andun si Toppin to be able for a release pass.
That's the third three-point connection by Phoenix in this opening quarter. Paul Lee was on the move. He's going to be charged with the block. Here's that three-point delivery brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Rivera will shoot charities here. Laki ng scoreboard dito sa
Maganda para sa atin yan.
Ako pag sa akin.
Diba?
Pero kung minsan, pag nasa Ninoy, tumitingala ako sa gitna. Hoy, wala ka sa
Wala
Araneta, wala ka sa MOA, hoy. Oh, and he's got 20 na.
20 points already in, what, just 7 minutes in the game. Don't make that 21.
Good start by Phoenix. Here's Lastimosa, Olive, Lucero, Omot, Sangala, Lee, shot clock reduced to 11. Where are we going with this one? Lastimosa, Omot, can't elevate. Tio trying to get into his jersey. Sangala can't do his post the move. Ball is lost.
Sa mapapansin mo, itong si Dicky is just there manning the paint. If anybody needs help, he's there to be that rim protector.
Francis Escandor is going to see action for the first time, wearing number 18 for Phoenix. Tyler Teal. Parang practice na pati niya ito sa likod. No? Parang practice na
Ang dami.
Ang dami.
Pati sa coaching staff.
Tio, Balonggay, si... kinausap ako kanya si Rafi Verano. Ngayon, sa kasal si Perkins.
Escandor.
In the meantime, back to the present. Lastimosa looks inside. Open is Andrada. Yes.
Andrada also a great addition for Magnolia.
And then the first thing you can. Kiki looking inside, tries to battle up against
Good hands, Lucero.
Rin niya. Hindi lang kulang sa height, pero he did everything.
Pero kita mo kung gaano kalalim na nadala itong si Lucero.
Pinasok sa loob ng bote. Diyan ka muna. 23-16. Omot, Andrada. Get a basket earlier. Here's Lastimosa. Uses Andrada's screen. Switch over by Perkins. Shot clock down to 7. Lastimosa loves to dance on that baseline. Second basket of Lastimosa. We will have a charge to timeout. And Phoenix is still in the lead by 5.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
He wanted to establish is yung belief that the players na meron silang maganda at magaling na kupunan. They have the pieces to win. For him, that's important. Yung kumpiyansa at tiwala, hindi lang sa kanilang mga sarili, but sa kanilang mga teammates din. Gusto ni Coach Charles to start a winning attitude culture by building good habits. He feels like they had good preparation for this conference. Yung 4-1 record nila sa tune-up games is a promising result of their preparation, and now it's a matter of carrying that over to the games here in the Commissioner's Cup. Seth Endo.
Thank you very much, Apo Dibin. Ako, nararamdaman ko yung edad nung ginanon yung camera. Alam mo si P.Y. ang assistant coach na.
Oo, pero alam mo, ang ganda na yung winning culture.
Kailangan you have to start somewhere.
And you know, obviously Coach Charles hasn't won yet a championship in the PBA, but he's won in other leagues, in other tournaments. So you talk about the winning culture, you talk about him being a good coach. Walang question dun.
I think so. You are so correct. Top win, 3. Tries to go 2 in a row. Can't knock in this one. Time is down to 2:37 as the Mosa slows down. A phalanx of 3 white-shirted defenders right in front of him. They slow it down, 12 on the shooting clock. Yung dribble ni Omet sa champion niya kung nandito siya. Kita mo, magpo-crossover niyan. Daling sundutin eh. Di ba? Parang from a defensive standpoint, sarap sundutin eh. Libre. Hindi lang pumasok. Time down to the last 2 minutes of the opening period. Oh, 3 minutes. Ayaw. By the way, I failed to mention that Javier Gomez de Leaño is already on the floor for Magnolia.
It's a moment. Parang yung legs ni Omot doesn't seem like he's got his legs under him.
Tingnan natin. Mamaya, pagkatapos ng first quarter. In the meantime, Tapin takes care of another basket. He has 5 points.
Unforced error there.
Oh. Mark Barroca will come in. Gigi is given the usual imports rest between quarters.
He's been doing a great job of defending that paint.
1 minute and 31 seconds remaining as we report to you from the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Good size crowd on a Friday. Nelly tries to lock it inside. Perfect.
And they're getting the ball to the right guys at the right spots.
Biggest lead of Phoenix currently on the board. A 9-pointer. Agahan. Andrada zips it outside. That shot will not work for Lucero. Ball is loose. Omar feels he can take this three. He does.
That's wide open. They need to be able to challenge that shot. 11 points for Omar.
In the meantime, that's Capiral who's in the game for the first time. Here's Perkins. Banga. Tansing. Timaroka. Nelly unloads. It won't work. There's a rebound foul underneath. Loose ball variety.
Looks like it's on Andrada. Caught pushing off Perkins.
Biggest lead so far, Phoenix has been a 9-third. Wala pang sa penalty sa mga kapunan natin. O Magnolia na sa penalty na. In the meantime, nandito si Perkins on a high-rise catch. Andrada banging bodies. Perkins likes that. To the baseline, they go. Lumabas yata yung bola.
It looks like he was caught stepping, was it? Or tumama sa baseline?
Either that or that. Diba? Basta no turnover yan. 17.9 seconds remaining.
Balanced scoring for Phoenix. 4 points for Rivero. Santos has 3, 6 for Dickey, 5 for Theo, 5 for Tuffin.
Earlier tonight, the Nets coming from behind to win against Blackwater. 60 points down. They win by the closest of margins, 3 points. That will work. And he gets a bonus.
No question on what can score.
Tsaka, di ba, that's based on what you said in Apple's report. Sige, dumiskarte ka, bahala ka. Tingnan natin kung anong kaya mong gawin. Total naman first game. Yung mga coaching staff ng Magnolia, maglalaro lahat. Ito may itsura nila. Diba? Parang ready nang mag-ano eh, di ba? Mabiro nga si Juno sa ulat namin. Si Jason tumayo. Si Jason, as usual, ayaw niya iso, and then governor na lang.
Oo, governor siya. Walang ibang sugot.
Anong inaano ni Jason? Malaman natin. Matapos ito. Matapos sa first quarter.
Well, nakita natin sa itong si Omot.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
I think I can bring a lot. You know, my versatility. I can play inside out. You know, I can score at all 3 levels. I can guard multiple positions. So obviously, I just want to bring my experience as well. You know, obviously, I played all over the world. I played against the best players before. So you know, I just want to bring my experience to help the team.
And we welcome you to the second quarter. Nice to hear from Omar. Grabe yung mga decision-making na yan. Hindi pa nag-umpisa ito.
Yeah.
But that's their calling, no? We have to let you go.
And they're the ones in the best position to be able to say Finbawin.
Eh, ngayon si Eric Ariola dyan as manager, pati at saka si Jason nandyan. Pag si Jason ang kumausap sa'yo, maniniwala ka. De La Rosa, first time on the floor. That won't work in the rebound. Tuffin has been playing solidly so far from Phoenix. Perkins, your Phoenix, you want to hang on to the tempo of the game. To keep it in your favor.
Yes.
Deliano, however, rushing.
Quick to get back to Phoenix.
Bukas yung baseline. Kanina pa yan. De La Rosa, hindi lang gumulong pa loob. De La Rosa will shoot charities.
Let's see if Magnolia now moves that basketball a little bit more. Nakita natin in the first quarter, they went a lot to their import in Omot. 10 of the 19 shots that Magnolia took
We're Omot. And he produced how many points?
5 of 10, 13 points for him.
And 2 of those free throws back.
Yes.
Samantala, Rome De La Rosa is our guest at the free throw line. 27-23. This is how we ended the opening quarter. First point of the second quarter is already accounted for. Alam mo, yung early games, you want to make that investment, you know, collect as many wins. Ang format natin has not changed for so many years. And we have one more team than the usual, no? So we still want to make into that magic 8 thing. Kasi ang hirap pag nagdulo na, wala ka ng games and you're ruining the back. And those 1-point, 2-point losses, ano na? Anyway, let's see how these two teams continue to battle. First 2 points of the second quarter already in, courtesy of Rome De La Rosa's free throws. It's a 3. It's a very short 3. Hooked back in by Tuffin to the wrong man. Here comes Magnolia. Barroca tells his teammates, run. De La Rosa on the cut. Corner shot, long and out. Perkins takes the board.
So I'm looking at first quarter statistics. Itong Phoenix, even if they shot only 38.5%, they had 7 more attempts in that basket. They had 6 assists compared to just 2 for the Magnolia Hotshots. 5 kasing turnover nitong Magnolia.
29-25. An offensive foul. And look at the Magnolia coaching staff. They're going to call for a challenge here. They're up in arms. They feel it's a foul. Agad kiskisan. Alam mo, teasing na sa ito. Lahat yung talking Ateneo sa kompleto.
Exactly.
Just sa Magnolia.
Puro lasal yan.
Ready to play. Si Mon Jose, mukhang, I'm sure of medyas na yun, mataas mo rin. Diba? Nung naglalaro yan, mataas ang medyas niya. Eh, si Tony Boy-Espinosa, ang galing na kwarto.
Ay, grabe. I had the opportunity to play with him for 2 years.
Eh, natutuwa ko dyan kasi ilunggo yan. Nagrense, pistong bola!
Tsaka hindi nagpalit yung katawan.
Ano?
Hindi nag-play. May referee sa
After the review, nasa legal guarding position na po si Tuffin na magkaroon ng illegal contact. Si Omot, kaya ang challenge ng Magnolia is not successful.
So that's the explanation.
Very clear explanation.
That's it.
Very clear explanation.
As far as challenges are concerned, that's it. Unsuccessful yung kanilang challenge no, sa sequence na yun. Score stands at 29-25, 10 and 20 to go. Seb Sarmenta with Dominic Uy and Apple David for your second game here from the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. 50th season Commissioner's Cup. Here's Nelly. Got it! Less than again. Jump shot there, 31-25. That's 4 points for him.
Especially shooting over big guys. Using his quickness there.
Yung power dribble niya tapos elevate, ano? In the meantime, kick out to Barroca. Mark, challenge, gets it inside to De La Rosa. Whirls, ends up with nothing. Capital picks it up from the ground. Tuffin. All left-handed stop work.
Tuffin getting a lot of minutes here from Coach Charles in the first quarter. Yung primary role niya is to play defense on the import.
6-0 run now by Phoenix. That is a foul will go against Nelly. I have not seen Charles Chu complain. I want to see that. Let's see how he complains. Anyway, that's not important. Apple is more important. Go, Apple.
I don't care about our offense, but we can't keep making mistakes on defense. Yan yung concern ni Coach L.A. Tenorio, pointing out yung miscommunication nila sa ball screen between the guy they're guarding and yung nagsiscreen. Ang ending may na-open. They really need to keep that discipline, stick to their schemes, and again, usap sa depensa. Balik sa inyo.
Exactly what's happening, Apple and Dome. In the meantime, the second free throw for Baroka does not drop in. The lead is still 7. It was largest at 9. Nelly sends it to the corner. Nelly looks inside. The import is still on the bench. That will work on the scope. Escanor gets that to work. And it is now 35-26. Shooting lefty. Break in the action. 35-26 Phoenix.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
That we have been allowed, as we take a look at Francis Shaw and Commissioner Williman Marshall, I like the fact that we can listen into the timeouts again, that we can learn from these timeouts. LA was yelling loudly, contain, contain, contain. That's the only thing I put on the board. And he said, okay lang, Nelly shooting a jump shot over the other person, that's okay.
Yes.
Pero layups, nah. Contain, contain, contain.
So meron, di ba, with the scouting report, meron kang ibibigay. You're gonna give something.
And nag-practice game pa itong dalawa, di ba? Sabi mo nga, second time for this 9-point lead to be established in the game. Biggest lead of Phoenix so far. De La Rosa sends it to Deleano in the corner. And the shot by Gomez Deleano bounces away. 8:35 to go, second quarter. Into the deep corner. Caperal doesn't go for it. Nelly being provided a big pick. Nelly tries his backpedal. Tuffin has had a good first half thus far. Shot clock is down to 9. What is the call?
Offensive foul.
Okay, Caperal. I don't think that's allowed. You can't point at the ref, that I know. But he's waving him off. Okay. Ayun. Ayun. May wrestling sa loob. 8:19 to play. Second quarter. Lucero takes a look inside. And Baroka pops out. Ooh, grabe ang talian sa loob, ha?
Para hindi makaposisyon.
Do you miss playing all of a sudden, Dom?
Nope.
Not at all. Not at all.
Sometimes kasi pipigilan mo yung magsiscreen para hindi makapagbigay ng screen.
Lalo na sa posisyon.
Diba kasi pag na-delay mo yung screen, madidelay din yung offense. Little things that you can do to disrupt the offense of the opponents.
You miss the competition, the sweating, and the physical fitness that is part of the game. And as you take a look at some numbers, Ian Sangalang.
11.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, 50% from the field, and 2.1 assists in the previous conference para kay Ian Sangalang.
Check me if I'm wrong. Wala pang field goal ang Magnolia. Parang lahat, except for one siguro. Parang all of the points have come from the free throw. 35-28, lead is down to 7. Steal by Gomez Deleano. Look at those big strides. Oh, great move.
Great finish by Deleano, even without help defense.
Nadinig ako. Nadinig ako. Wala sila field goal. Nelly, scoop, sit inside. Ganda ng sila. Ganda ng sila. Hindi pumasok yung tira ng Dickey. Sino ang nakahiga doon.
Lucero trying to dive for that loose ball.
Here's that last sequence. Phoenix will retain it. 7.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Si Barroca naman ang umilata. He's holding on to his back doon.
Medyo alangan yung pagbagsak niya.
Here's Lucero. The shot will work and Barroca. Yan ang nangyayari pag si Barroca nasasaktan. Gagantihan, i-score yan.
Gaganahan mas lalo. He's still holding on to his back.
6-0 run now. Counter run by Magnolia. Inside we go. That's not going to work. The free throws coming up for Cat.
A little bit late on the help for that time.
Been a while since Phoenix has
Ito naman,
scored.
Seb, yung numero. Ang si Kai, 11.3 points, 52% as well from the field, 7.1 rebounds and 1.1 assists. Felt that was really a big conference for him. Nakita natin yung energy na nabibigay niya, you know, crashing the boards, and you can see it in his averages.
Lead is 5 with 6:50 remaining, second period. Gomez Deliano wiggles free. It gets a good front line. And the lead is now down to 2. Into the corner, rather. Rivero spinning. Almost had it. Lucero shoving away. Dickey. Libre Barroca. Misses. It's on the floor. Here comes the push by Phoenix. Into the deep corner. Tyler trying to wiggle open. Backs it in.
Just so good at reading that defense. Itong si Tyler Tio.
39-35 tally here. Magnolia was beginning to percolate, engineering their own 6-0 run. Here's a 3 on its way, not this time, however. Oop. Can't. Hindi may tira. Sisanggalan mo naman na sa harap. It's a cut. Rivero cuts up the inside.
It's a good cut by Rivero. Ang maganda dyan, ito si Dickey really looks like he's very comfortable with his teammates, being that anchor defensively. Then pagdating sa offense, pag nakikita niya yung libre niyang teammate, able to get that basketball.
Ganda yung basketball IQ, no? Oh, Rivero slashes through the inside. Cuts it down to 4. 5 minutes and 5 remaining. Lob pass, Lucero gets in the way. Ball is loose, picked up by Tio, zips it inside. But the guy over, oh, I thought we had the first dunk of the game.
Medyo malakas na konti yung pasang yun. But still able to recover that basketball and still get the 2 points.
Parang volleyball yung sinasabi, taas mo ng konti para ma-spike ko. Eh, gusto nila i-dunk. Kailangan mas mataas yung pasang. Si Rome, pinaligiran ng dalawa. May foul. Natural reaction ng player niya.
Yes.
Review. Baka sabi nga wala ng tibing ganun pala. Lahat ng tibing yan, rectangle. Mahirap na naman.
Baka iPad.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay. Wala naman magre-review sa telepono.
Kasi ganun lang yun.
Ulito. Makasabihin na rep, anong gusto mo?
Medyo mahirap makita yan.
Texting kita. Escandor will sit down. Tucker is back in.
Phoenix doing a really good job sa rebound, Seva. 25 to 14.
43 to 38. Make that 43 to 39. And the lead is now slashed down to 4 from a high of 9. Here's the steal. Perkins. Tuffin. Checks the interior. Fades away. Perkins giving the ISO. Popping up Tuffin. That's offline. Ball is loose into the hands of Lastimosa. Slows it down. Lacks numbers. Sangalang. Barangay is on it. Sangalang. Familiar move. Make the 7th foul.
The help's coming from that baseline. You don't want to foul that. You want just him to shoot over him.
That's right. Naantay niya kumagat yung depensa, no? So, Ian Sangalang. He can cut it down to 1 again. Apple, ano meron?
Kwento ni Ian Sangalang, personally, this conference, yung mindset niya is to really help his team get over the hump, get to the semis after 4 straight quarterfinals appearance. Hindi na din daw kasi siya bumabata. He wants to take advantage of the opportunity na nakakapaglaro pa siya at malakas pa yung katawan niya. And speaking of katawan, pinalakas daw talaga niya yung katawan niya dahil alam niya with their import playing 3 and 4, siya talaga babantay ng big man ng mga import. Balik sa inyo.
Alam mo, Apple at doon, biglang nag-gym lahat yung mga malalaking tao.
You gotta be in shape, right? Kasi bubugan talaga.
Magkakapalitan ng mukha. 43-41. Inside, tabla na ba tayo? Tabla na tayo.
Much better ball movement for Magnolia. Unlike earlier when they were just giving that ball exclusively to Omot. Now, Omot getting more comfortable with his teammates. Teammates reacting and moving even when he has that basketball.
Take it inside. They've got 2 fouls. 3 minutes left in the quarter. We got to attack. Go downhill. Just be patient. This run slice with JD up top. Ghost. If you don't have it, JD handles the KD, then we play. All right? On defense, let's get our matchups right. I'm going to go with JD. Yeah. JD, that was your help on the cut, though, huh?
You can go fast inside. That's it. And then...
Okay. One of the prize catches of Magnolia, of course, has been Xavier Lucero. And yung skill set niya, no? Dami niyang pwedeng gawin.
Just such a great talent, itong si Lucero. And can you imagine, once he gets even stronger, bata pa to eh, right? Look at this, double-double ready for him. 17.1 points, 10.1 rebounds, 2 assists, 48% from the field in the previous conference.
Nakakatawa no, sa pag-Amerikano at saka pagka may letter J at D. Kasi tinawag ni Charles C. D. JD. Tayong dalawa, hindi pwede mo initial na mga pangalan na SS. Hindi ba ganda? Here's JD. That won't work. Rebound, loose ball foul, katawan. But Perkins will it? That's a foul. And you probably will get a bonus here. After we were all tied up at 43 for the first time in terms of deadlocks. There's a big 3 from the corner. I don't think there's a question whether it counts or not. Tons of time left in the shot clock. Then let's just wait for the announcement then.
Foul on number 10, Ian Sangalang is second for team foul for Magnolia.
Sangalang is called for the foul.
That's one free throw. One free throw para dito kay Jason Perkins.
First game pa lang ng dalawa. Ang
Well, you could see also that's how engaged, I guess, the players are and the coaching staff is.
Ganda ng development ng outside shot ni Perkins ng PBA.
Tsaka laki, di ba, he was the hefty lefty when he was playing in college. Look at how fit he is right now.
Talaga mag-i-improve ang tira mo pag nag-pro ka eh.
Tsaka kailangan.
Kailangan para magtakal ka. Sakgalan, dancing in the box. Kicks it outside Lastimosa. Free. Did not see Paul leave, but Paul says that's okay.
Oh, Tyler Dio. Looks like he tweaked his ankle there.
Libre si Paulie sa kwadro.
Yes.
Kung naipasa, pupukul.
Kung hindi na-shoot ni Lastimosa yun, magagalit si Paul. Pumasok naman. So, okay lang.
Magsusubmit si Paul.
Tama.
Si Tyler ay nakahilatang yan. You think it's a sprain?
Parang right ankle sprain. That's what he was holding on.
That's always depressing for the player. Try to keep yourself fit. Wala talagang prevention eh. Pag nangyari.
Yeah. Because of the movements that you have in basketball, the jumping, the running, moving side to side.
I think I should ask President Rosario.
Ayun yung apakan niya, yung paa niya.
Ayun.
Ang kanilang import.
Kasi ewan ko sa...
Ito, mapapakita mo yung kanan niyang paa, maaapakan niya.
Yun doon, no? Magka-kiss-kiss.
Ayan.
Yun. Tatanong ko kay Paolo kung ganun din karami ang sprain sa football. Not because gamit yung paa more than anything else.
Doon masakit doon parati pag di ba? Pag nagsa-slide yung kalaban.
At saka
natatadyakan yung mo.
Kaya may shin guard.
So, ano ba tawag doon sa shin sa Tagalog? Malulod?
Tanong natin sa marunong mamaya. Nagpanggap na naman tayong dalawa. Ito, si Diggy Followay. Pass pala. Nelly Esquintes. Lapitawan. Na-recover. Bihingi ng traveling ng Magnolia.
Pretty much the entire bench bihingi, di ba? Oh, good pass.
Lozano.
Good pass. I like how Omot now is looking for his teammates. Dahil nakita niya.
And after being down for most of this first half, Magnolia is up by 1. Traffic jam. Nelly looks inside. Open. That's not going to work. Follow up. No, there's Omot with a foul. If
That's another foul.
That'll be 3 on him.
This is that pass we were talking about. Good touch passing para dito sa Magnolia.
And so the burden is on Phoenix to bounce back here as they lost their grip on the lead. Here's Dickey. Drops it. Balangay will go out. Iskandor's back in. The third pala ito si Dickey. Ano? Free throw. No, we're tied for the second time. Kick out, Lucero. Paul Lee launches. Good line. Malakas lang. Omot. Slows it down, drags it outside.
That's good ball movement though by Magnolia.
Lastimosa provides the quick toughen. Pushes away Lastimosa. Lastimosa into the heart of the defense. Omot with a runner. Pops away.
Good defense by Phoenix that time.
Sangalang from behind. He was just lurking from behind. Ano? Linis eh. Tira na yan. Lucero misses. Ball is lost.
Players diving for those loose balls.
58.4 seconds remaining in this first half. Tied at 48. Nice break back. However, the shot does not work for Duffin. Almost on the right flank. Crossover dribble. Bounce pass. Read by Nelly. Diretso. Ayaw lang. Naanggulan siya.
That's good defense by Magnolia.
Lastimosa will go for it. Yes! Second time for Magnolia to taste the lead here. And we have a 30-second use by Phoenix. 30-second timeout, that is. $50-48 count here. Lumalabas daw sa katermang point guard naman dyan sa coaching staff ng Magnolia.
Oo. Tony Boy Espinosa. Juan Jose also played point. L.A. Tenorio, obviously the head coach. Jason Webb also playing.
Di Junior, hindi ko maalala.
4 yan.
Nilabas ba muna yung omot? Nilabas, ano? Okay.
Because of fouls. Diba?
Mahirap na
Ayaw mo naman disgrasya.
Tatlo na eh, no? Rivero, Nelly working the backcourt. Rivero has ideas. Oh, na. Follow up? No. Wala nang oras. That will not count. Hindi. Sorry. May oras pa. That will count. That should count.
Hindi, dapat mag-shot clock muna.
Dapat may shot clock violation. Sorry, my mistake.
Violation muna. Shot clock violation dapat muna.
Hang on. We're sorting this out. Boy, there's somebody with a really loud voice behind us. Everybody refereeing here. I think I agree with you. Dapat may shot clock violation muna. Kasi doon naubusan ang oras.
Yes.
Si Dicky. It is, yeah.
So shot clock violation dapat din maglalagay ka ng oras dun sa clock.
Yeah.
Diba?
Which is there
to
what
give
they're doing
now Magnolia a chance to be able to get a shot.
That's clear. I mean, that kaya ko nasabing wala ng oras. We're gonna use a timeout here by Magnolia. By the way, earlier tonight, if you missed that, come from behind win by NLEX against Blackwater. Boy, Blackwater having problems closing games. Huh?
That's something that they definitely need to be able to figure out.
Go through this, please.
Ito, elimination round natin. The 13 teams, like we said, 12 games each, so you play each team once. And then top 8 will advance. No playoffs for the 8th seed. Pagdating sa quarterfinals, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6.
But we know that by now, no?
1, 2, 3, and 4 basically twice to beat yan. Right? And then semifinals, best of 7, and then best of 7 as well.
I get a kick when Magno starts tabulating it. With all those possibilities and options. And then Dr. J just comes up. It's very simple, you know. 2.3. Ooh, maybe a little early. One more pass and it's speculated. So at the end of 24 minutes of heated action Magnolia, coming from behind by as much as 9, emerges with the lead, 50-48. We'll take a break for halftime activities and come back very swiftly.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live, I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multicam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. I mean, Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live, I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
About Filipinas Live, I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Phoenix had a taste of the lead twice, establishing 9-point leads, but Magnolia climbed back into the game, led twice, and eventually emerged with that 50-48 lead at the end of the first half.
Well, very different yung first quarter and second quarter itong Magnolia. Nakita natin. We'll show you later on in the statistics. Yung first quarter, very loose yung kanilang defensive schemes, and you could see that they were having problems off those pick and rolls. Itong Magnolia, 47% from the field. Pero tingnan mo yung big difference. Kahit na 47% yan, 10 more attempts itong Phoenix in that ball in the first two quarters. So that's a big difference na kinakailangan na ayusin ng Magnolia. Itong rebounds, 32-21 because they gave up a lot of offensive rebounds. That's why, which led to more attempts for Phoenix. 8 turnovers, 7 pa rin sa Magnolia. Points off turnovers. Ito yung naging problema ng Phoenix in that second quarter. 8 turnovers and then 8 points off turnovers itong Magnolia. So they were able to score when Phoenix turned it over.
And look at the people leading the scoring parade. The import of Phoenix, not even in double digits yet.
Well, you look at the Magnolia Hotshots, right? Almost 13 points. That's basically everything in the first quarter. In the second quarter, he was moving that basketball and able to give his teammates a lot more looks. And that's why nakita rin natin yung assists. 8 assists ang Magnolia in the second quarter.
Okay. Reversal of roles, you know. Magnolia was beaten by Phoenix in the first quarter, 27-23. But in the second quarter, they had 27 points of their own against only 21 by Phoenix.
And the big problem for Magnolia really is they've given up a lot of offensive rebounds. Itong Phoenix has gotten 13 offensive rebounds, but has only scored 2 points of the offensive rebounds. Yun ang naging problema naman ng Phoenix. Di pa sila nakaka-convert doon. But definitely they're being given more opportunities.
And we are underway with quarter number 3. We take off from 50-48, Sanggalang and Poli, Lastimosa, Lucero, Omot completing the catch for Magnolia. Sanggalang can't shoot. Lee can't. Wiggles open. Can't drop it. And Lucero plucks it in the air. Kicks it outside to Omot. Lastimosa says, give it to me. Shot clock down to 7. Lastimosa drives them inside. Lucero, no.
Even if it did not make that shot, that was a well-run play by the Hotshots.
Chance for the Fuel Masters to equalize. Here's Santos, who had the first basket of this game with a three-pointer. Twirling. Lucero, umiwas, nabagsakan din si Dicky. Sanggalang is whistled for the foul. And Sanggalang has collected his third. Dicky, who has 9 points, is at the free throw line. Maganda ito after all. Ilang teams tayo yun? 13?
Sir, alam mo yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. Kaibigan natin.
Oh.
Yung best friend natin. Ito si Magumarjon. Tinatanong niya kung may dugong Pinoy daw. Yung import ng Phoenix. Na si James Dickey. Eh, sabi niya, tingnan mo pag Promitro.
Okay, ready ka na, Apple? Itong si Magumarjon.
Gumunguso daw.
Okay. Apple, ikaw muna.
Yes, the physicality is getting to the Fuel Masters. Masyado tuloy sila nagre-reklamo. They're asking for fouls. Pati discard nila na naapektuhan. They're missing layups. Tapos, sobrang athletic to import tong kabila ni Nuni Omot. They're caught watching. So, they really have to keep their focus. Also, early work on the guys like Ian Sanggalang and Rome De La Rosa kasi naiisahan sila sa poste on the side of Magnolia naman. Knowing the tendencies of the opponent, kilala naman daw nila yung kalaban. Sino shooter?
That's a foul.
Sino rin yung hindi shooter? So dapat alam nila when to close out long or short. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Sorry, nagsalita.
Oo, nagsalita kami.
Sorry.
Nagsa-scouting report pa si Apple.
50-49 count. Paborito na naman si Apple sa social media ngayon. Kung anong, siya naman ang pinakapopular sa ating lahat. Kung ano-anong ginagawa
Oo. Ang daming racket.
Hindi na siya ang gumagawa kung nung iba.
The evolution of the career.
Yeah. Balik mo nga, Apple, yung cheer dance attire mo sa UAP. Pero,
talaga?
Courtside reporter siya nun.
Cheer dance attire? Talaga?
Kasi di ba sa UAP, the courtside reporters wear the uniforms of the schools that they represent. So talaga, parang hindi ka UAP graduate.
Matagal na yun eh.
Matagal na. 50-40 na. Biglang realization na. Parang ka na ba century ago na yan? Almost! That's a three! And Magnolia now with a 4-point lead.
Defensively, Magnolia able to get down there.
Wally apologizes.
Because no need to be able to give that pass right away.
And a 3-point delivery by Omot, brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Melly. Richie Rivera. Ball, Favorito almost not quite, but Dicky takes care of the inside, cuts it down to 2.
Pag umaatake kasi si Richie Rivera, hindi mo sure kung aangat na eh, or if he's gonna take another
Which
step.
is the key to his movement.
Yes.
If you bite, he'll sidestep. Omot. Shot clock is down to 3. Lastimo, they're in trouble. That won't fall in though. Escota trying to avoid Dicky. Dicky attacks, gathers, short, follow-up, works.
And you can see he's a lot more aggressive here in the third quarter. Inausap din siya to try to put that ball in the hoop.
Yeah, he has 14 points now, 53 all.
Kasi 6 points lang siya, di ba, in the first quarter.
Oh, 9 points total.
Oh.
Diba? This is our third deadlock, by the way. Open, no. Rebound taken care of by Balangay. Dicky shuffles, scoops it up and scores. Makes up the foul.
Hindi na magbaagad itong si Omo. That's a 5-on-4 advantage para dito sa Phoenix.
May galang itong Dicky.
Using his length to be able to get to the basket.
Phoenix is back in the lead, by the way. By 3, 56-53. This is close and tight, actually. Omot surveys the floor, makes his move, fall away, gets it to dribble.
You can really see that that's his go-to move.
56-55. Phoenix up by 1. Nelly on the outside. Pass off. That sana. Escoto, I think, might be called for the foul.
Well, no easy baskets, you can see.
No, it's a block.
It's a block.
Looked like foul might be called, but no. Dicky mixing up his dance steps there. Lastimosa all the way.
That's going to be a foul on Richie Rivero.
Yes.
That's number 4.
Yeah, referee Fortaleza making this call. They say it's on the side. Fortaleza had actually pointed out that it was not going to be 2 shots on the side right away. Paul Lee almost thought of elevating. He still does not know that Paul Lee can shoot from that outside. So he didn't mark pass off yet. Rivero, no. Recovered underneath. Traffic jam there. Santos.
Patience that time for Phoenix, finding Santos wide open at the top for that 3-point shot.
Second basket. All of his baskets are 3-pointers. 4-point lead by the Fuel Masters. Paul Lee posting up. Nelly watching him. Creates room. Gets the foul.
Knew that he had that advantage. Down low, ay panatigning depensa. Got the contact.
Here's a 3-point delivery brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Free throws definitely strong point para dito kay Paul Lee. 3 points for him so far in this game.
Magnolia hitting 11 of 14 in that first step. Phoenix, on the other hand, 8 of 9. The only miss was the 1 of 2 by Dicky in that first half. 7:30 to go in your third quarter. Paul Lee. Parang ano, no? Chill na chill siya pag free throw.
Well, ano yan eh, because daming beses niyang ginagawa, di ba? Araw-araw sa dami ng tinitira niya free throw. That's where you get more comfortable.
Kaya nung na-shoot niya sa gilas yung dalawa, hindi ako nagtaka eh. Oo. Foul. Chance for Lucero to get some points from the free throw line. Mahilig sa konferensya ito si Dini.
Oo, di ba? Kita mo, anytime may dead ball, na pwede silang mag-usap-usap. And that's just a sign of a good leader.
Phoenix lead is down to 1. Lucero counts both charities, and we are tied at 59, which is our 4th deadlock. Rivera wants a screen. Santos fades away though. Rivera sees a small gap. Jammed in the air by Lucero.
Really good help defense that time by Lucero. Much better defense being shown by Magnolia ever since the second quarter.
Shot clock down to 4 on this set for Phoenix.
That's a holding foul.
Why are we changing floor directors? Why are we changing floor directors?
Tanong natin si
Did we agree? 6:35 to go. Sabi, sige, kayo, palitan namin yun. Hello. Nakuha sa tsaga.
Si Rich kasi pag sumaksak, inaangat talaga yung bola eh. So hindi ka sure na, like we said, kung talagang titira ba siya.
Pag kumagat ka, he'll do something else. 8 points by Rivero. Phoenix back in the lead. 61-59. Ball is loose. Paul Lee on the floor. Look at the imports back at each other. Two baskets by Phoenix gives them a 4-point lead at the halfway mark of this third quarter. Watch this. Dropped it, picked it up, got it. And the second basket is this one.
James Dickey now with 19 points in the ball game, leading this charge for Phoenix.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
When I asked James Dickey to describe his game, ang sabi niya, I'll keep it simple. Energy, that's it. Pero konting backstory pa, he was actually teammates with Justin Brownlee in Indonesia and friends with Chris McCullough. And although Coach Charles Chu did the scouting, he actually made that call to Justin Brownlee asking about Dickey's attitude. Sabi ni Justin Noipi, great attitude, good work ethic, and so the call was made. Back to the panel.
Napaka-importante kasi yan, Seven. Pag kumuha ka ng import, yung ugali, the work ethic, because you know,
buong conference mo kasama.
Correct.
If ever.
Yes.
Here's Dickey. Takes a look inside. Cross-court pass. That worked. Palunggay natin in the tray. He has 7.
Saan makikita mo, diba? His teammates, you know, they're very engaged with him. Yun ang maganda dyan.
Now another 7-0 run by Phoenix. Hindi binigyan ng continuation. Hindi rin binigyan ng free throws. Kasi, di ba, not counted nga, tapos bibigyan mo, not unless penalty, di ba? 16 on the shooting clock. 5:12 to go. Omot in a bind. Nowhere to go. Taken away by Dickey.
That's a 5-on-3 break right now.
And muscle move inside. Malunggay.
Kasi dalawang tao hindi mababae. Para dito sa Magnolia, Omot and Lucero, both guys were on the floor. So Phoenix pushing that basketball, finding Malunggay wide open, down low.
A new 9-0 run by Phoenix here. They're flowing here nicely. And you suddenly realize how big they are. Even bigger now with the import of their size. Drops the free throw. 10-0 run. Make that a 10-2 run now. Turnaround. Hirap na hirap ang offense ng Magnolia.
They're getting offensive rebounds now.
Ball lead to the side. Open. Shot gonna work. Rebound. Flame downstairs. That may foul. That is JC Bulag. You know who I saw in the hallway? Coach Turo Valenzuela.
Kapag dito tayo naglalaro sa Ninoy Aquino, nanonood siya.
I think he lives nearby. He used to have a bar in the Rizal Memorial area. Yeah. That's where I met David Thirdkill, the former import of Kyoto. Galing mo. Here's Iskandor. Hey, cut. Dickey is saying Iskandor can't elevate. Dickey can't. Here comes Balunggay. Balunggay follows up.
He's scored 8 points already in this quarter.
Out of how many total na? 11 na?
12 na siya.
12 na. Pulot lang. We will be back after this time.
You get the zero. Kai, we're switching with them.
Back with us here at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium, man. The Phoenix Fuel Masters on a hot run here in this third quarter.
Well, so far, Seb, it's been a 23-11 quarter for them. They were down by 2
at the end of the first half.
Like we said, Kai Balunggay with 12 points in the game, 8 points this quarter and 7 rebounds, and the energy that he's been giving.
Pulot-pulot eh.
Oh, eh.
Pulot-pulot. And that's a good thing in basketball. Eh?
Oh, yes.
When you say that. Hindi trash. Hindi trash points. Pulot-pulot lang. Lucero, jam by Balunggay. Ang babata, ang mahaba nila. No?
Yes.
Parang magkakatanggalan ng mga braso dito eh. Pero they're strong. There I am again, catching myself looking at the scoreboard in the middle, which does not exist. In the meantime, the second trumps the first. 3:45.
Check mo lang, baka may tulo eh.
Hindi ma-habit eh. Scoreboard
sa gitna usually, di ba? The cube.
Sa ultra o sa field sport, sanay na akong left and right. Di ba? Kung kahit saan tayo ipwesto doon. Paborito natin venue dalawa.
Ay, oo. So many memories. Actually, my first ever live PBA game na napanood ko was at the ultra.
Yeah, so the first triple overtime you ever did. The Mindan. Villar taking care of the drive. It's now a 10-point lead on you. Which is the second time they've established.
Ngayon lang pinasok ni Coach Charles, pero productive right away.
Driver pala to. Second time for them to establish a double-digit lead of 10. Thomas Deliania drives hard, throws it against the backboard. There's a foul, and the turn, because they felt they had stopped the flow of the offense already. Kolar says, okay, chachalit, sayang. Okay lang. Lamang tayo. 3 and 10.
Still a 10-point lead for Phoenix. Remember, first quarter, Phoenix ang nakalamang dyan.
Yeah,
right?
27-23.
They controlled the rebounds. They moved that basketball. Doing the same thing here again in the third quarter. Kaya lamang sila.
Oh, parang naulit. That's Tulliar looking inside. Tapin also has productive minutes here. Inside to Dickey. Won't make it. Ang sipag lang nitong Dickey.
Yung example, pulot-pulot eh. Since masipag yung import, kailangan mo i-box out. Dalawa kayo, tatlo pa. Hindi malilibre bigla yung kay Balugay. Hindi, pupulot-pulot ka lang.
Pupulot-pulot. Twisting shot by Lucero.
They needed that.
He has 12. And he cuts it down to 7 with 2:38 remaining. And the Fuel Masters want to talk things over. They're still up 73-66.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
You know, Doug, this new generation of coaches working hard here tonight.
Oh, yes.
Trying to motivate their teams.
Napaka-importante nung in-game reminders. And when things are not going well, setting the proper mindset for the players. Kasi you can get stuck. Diba? Meaning, pag nagkamali ka or hindi nyo nagagawa, it's either papagalitan mo ba, or you're gonna do positive reinforcement, you're gonna let them focus on one thing. Kailangan medyo short-term din yung memory mo in a sense, because you need to forget about the mistake and move on to the next play.
Yung sinasabi ni Ellen, explain. Sabi nga ni Roger Federico, nanood ka ng tennis nung nakita tayo sa Rizal mo. Do you know how many points I've missed? Sabi ni Federer sa graduation. You don't look at the point you lost, but the next point.
Yes.
Federer na yun.
Oh. Obviously part of the GOAT conversation pagdating sa tennis.
Ang mas magulo ang discussion doon. Kasi maraming magaling doon. 73-67. Escandor gives it over to JC. JC, mukhang bato-bato eh, no? 3 won't go down. Magnolia with a chance to slash this 6-point lead down. 2:08 to go.
Twice, he's setting it up.
Walang tao sa kanto.
Wala lang nakapunta doon.
Shot lang at 8. Lastimosa trying to make a decision. He's jammed actually.
Hindi na gumalaw yung bola eh. No? Kasi hindi nakapunta doon sa posisyon kanina.
Tuffin slows it down. Perkins. Dickey downstairs. Perkins to the wide open Escandor. High up and out. Here's De La Rosa. Lucero sees a crease. Gomez de Leaño, no. Follow-up. Block!
Talked about his outside defense being a rim protector. Dickey showing that once again.
Parang siyang point guard. Diba? Parang...
Nakita mo yung IQ niya. Eh. Alam nila kung sinong hinahanap. Pinaalala sa mga teammates niya. Doon natin puntahan.
Got it!
And reinforcing and then talking to his guys once again. Dickey just doing such a great job of being the coach on the floor.
Mark Barok, it's been a while since he's been on the floor.
Kanina, di ba parang nasaktan yung likod niya?
Oo nga pala, no, natat-tat yung likod niya.
Oo. Could be that or could be just, you know, giving a little bit more minutes dito kay Lastimosa.
Uh-oh. Loose ball foul. Sakta lang is called for it. Let's see how it happens. Okay, may sakal eh. Yung unang hataw. Penalty ba? Oo.
But sometimes it's difficult because you allow certain types of contact, right? You can see that there's, you know, players sometimes will get away with the holding. So players will need to adjust.
Ayun, si Perkins at si Sanggalang naghahawakan pero tawanan naman ng tawanan. Another 10-point
Si Perkins kasi gusto-gusto niya yan eh.
Yung alin?
Nakikipag-usap doon sa binabantayan niya or sa mga kalaban.
Okay rin. Gomez de Leaño gives it over to Andrada. Hand off to Barroca. 10 on the shooting clock. 42 seconds remain in this third. They gotta make a move. He cannot elevate. Got it finally.
Very calm move that time by Andrada.
Who has 4 points in this ballgame? Half a minute remaining. Up and out. JC. Perkins uses that shoulder. Got it. All in.
How many times have we seen that move from Jason Perkins?
10 points. And the final 10 seconds coming down. Barroca. Andrada says, let me try. Yes! It's a 3!
A little bit of rhythm there para dito sa Magnolia towards the end of the third quarter.
Catching some fire.
Let me mention, when you move that basketball, make that defense react. 2 guys trying to close out on Andrada, but Andrada still knocking down that 3.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
This battle coming up shortly, but let's summarize how things have gone thus far. The imports as they match up against each other.
You look at the points, more or less canceling each other out with the rebounds. James Dickey, 19 to just 5 dito kay Nuni Obon. And you look at the field goals, both imports getting more or less the same amount of attempts and also converting more or less the same amount. Kaya naman halos pareho ang kanilang scoring. Pero yun nga, yung rebounding ang malaking difference for the two imports and being that rim protector. Itong si James Dickey III.
Lastimosa has 11 points.
11 points, 7 rebounds for Lastimosa. Talked about limited minutes for Barroca. A lot of it is the stellar play na pinapakita itong si Lastimosa.
So Phoenix has enjoyed 10-point leads on 2 occasions. And let's see if they can hang on and well, whatever Magnolia has in store for them here in the final quarter. We begin with 79-72. Perkins hit one there earlier. Fade away this time. Got it to go!
He's heating up as well. It comes to Jason Perkins. He's got 12 points. Big third quarter para dito sa Phoenix. 31-22 for them. Oh, Deliano digging all the way to the hoop.
Javier Gomez de Leano drilling it in. He has contributed 8 points, 45 seconds into quarter number 4. High lob pass over to Caperan. Shot got reduced to 10. JC trying to make a decision here. Perkins thinking about it. Perkins needs 3 seconds to do something. And everything he throws up has found the mark.
And he sees that meron siyang advantage. So pag nakita niya, when he puts that ball on the floor, alam niya yung move na pupuntahan niya, depende kung sino nasa harapan niya.
83-74. Sangalan tries to return the favor and it scores.
If you're Magnolia, you just gotta, slowly make one stop and get a basket.
Perkins says, can I have some more? Here's JC. No. Pilar with a good performance during his stint on the floor. Apple David will continue to report as always. Apple, please.
Going to this final quarter, Coach L.A. Tenorio tells his players, sobrang pangit ng laro natin, pero we're only down by 7. If could only do a little better and exert more effort on the little things, boxing out, getting those rebounds, and on offense, just keep moving the ball and finding the open guy, then we can definitely win the game. Back to the bench.
Boy, big comeback needed by Magnolia here. But it is just a 7-point lead. That one was for Dickey, and he is fouled from the rear and will again visit the free throw line.
Talking about those statistics, Seb, yung rebounding na naman in the third quarter alone, 15-7 yung lamang na naman ng Phoenix in terms of the rebounding. So pag tinotal mo yung tatlong quarter, 47-28, that's just a huge disparity. That's 19 rebounds ang difference. 20 offensive rebounds for Phoenix.
How many were converted into points? Meron yan, di ba?
Oh, 11.
There lies the difference.
Madami doon sa third quarter, Seth.
Kasi nagkaroon ng malaking run.
9 of the 13.
Eh, si Balongay ngayon pulot-pulot, di ba? Yung 12-2 run na minanufacture ng Phoenix. We're down below the 10-minute mark. Dickey can't get the second one, but look at that. Tuffin had a hand on it, but could not hang on to it. Barroca slices the inside. Went to Andrade, but no attempt. 12 on the shot clock. Barroca Outside to Gomez de Liano. Finds an angle. Drops to the dirt. Nowhere to go. Nelly wide open. He's mad for that.
He's made for that. Ang maganda dito kay Evanelli, alam niyang maliit siya, alam niyang payat siya.
He has a guard weapon.
Yes.
Guys like Ronnie Magsano, Hector Galma through the years.
Nagkikreate ng space. Magawa ng espasyo para makakuha ng tira.
And Omot has had his ball handling problems here. Kasi yung dribble niya mataas, papapakin naman maliliit yan. Up. Somebody sprawled on the floor.
That's the import.
Andrada called for the foul by referee Traballo.
Oh, that's a push right there. Easy call by the referees.
Itong 10-point lead has been a familiar song in favor of Phoenix in the second half. The first half kasi biggest lead was just 9. And you'll say, bakit 1 point more? Pero dalawang beses ginawa eh. Etong ngayon, 86-76. Nelly, Oma trying to switch over. Into the corner we go with Escandor. Hello, Perkins.
Oh, Phoenix still trying to look for a foul there. Makaramdam nila na foul. Itong si Jason Perkins. This is what we were talking about. Dickey finding his teammates. One little fake by Perkins. Getting that 2 points. Extending the lead once again. 12 na ang lamang ng Phoenix.
Biggest lead. Back in a moment.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Side cut.
JD, 25. Second time down, what do you want? It doesn't work.
Let's go slice.
Back this year, I haven't heard that in a long time. Post action tayo. Coming from Charles too. And
because they have two guys who are connecting right now, right? James Dickey in their import. And itong si Jason Perkins.
ilang total ni Perkins ngayon?
18.4. Tingnan mo natin.
Hindi, yung points ngayon. Kasi
yung points ngayon.
Compare mo kasi later.
This is a is.
Almost there.
Almost the same. 53% from the field, 6.1 rebounds for Jason Perkins.
Dickey, parang natural na...
Number 1 cheerleader, kinakausap, diba?
May chairman of the board tigatawag ng tigatawag ng meeting. Pero all the other teams are watching tonight. They're of course making their notes to settle those long arms. And look at Dickey react. Look at Perkins react. And everybody react.
Because sumubok mag-steal nitong si Dickey. Biglang nalibre yung lane, diba? Itong si Lucero.
Perkins is the one called for the foul. Two charities forthcoming here. Baka siguro sabi ni Dickey, pag nanalo tayo, saan tayo kakain momento? Ano pa bukas na kantong oras?
Yun ang tanong.
Lucero dropped the first. What can Magnolia solve here, Adam? Is it the rebounding?
Rebounding. They're getting outworked right now.
And 2 free throws. There's a fan. Senor Lucero. Scandor. Looks around. Here comes Dicky. He wants to squeeze the Baroka siguro.
Pag nilapitan ka ni Mark Baroka, sigurado kailangan protektahan mo yung ball.
Susundot eh.
Hindi na susunod. Aagawin niya talaga yan.
Tatapikin.
Hindi niya basta-basta lang tatanggalin sa kamay mo. Kukunin niya sa'yo.
10 pa rin ang lamang nitong Phoenix. 8-11 to go. Nelly lead. Oh! Oh! Could have been worse, huh? Buti na lang siyempre ayaw natin ng injuries. 88-78. Magnolia has to make something happen here in the next minute or so because, you know, pinapapak sila ng Phoenix. Outwork, huh? That's the operative term. Here's Baroka. Lucero finds some space. Omar, can he get up to shoot? Andrade, no. Rebound claimed by Phoenix.
Omar has a total of 18 points. 13 in the first quarter.
Yung Iskandar masipag rebound. Seconds. Don't see that every day. Sa pro level, di ba? You don't see that every day. Nakatulog sa bilo. Well, kung minsan sa player, unavoidably nangyayari, oh, why am I here? 3 seconds. Suddenly, it might be the cue for Magnolia to make their movement. The shot clock is a problem. They threw up a prayer there. That's a 24-second violation.
The thing is, they took an attempt, right?
Pero out of time. Boy, they lost that possession. Could not put up a decent shot.
Yes. Good defense that time, closing it out.
No, that won't bite. Lastimosa. Lucero running with him. Lucero squeezes through traffic. Lastimosa is hammered with the shoot free throws here.
Only the first personal foul of Dicky.
I'm fascinated at this moment. What could be in the mind of L.A. Tenor as he ponders these next 6 minutes and 54 and what Charles is thinking. Charles knows that this is not yet done. And
A lot of time.
LA is thinking, what do I need to do now? What does my team have to do?
Well, first, you don't want to turn the ball over.
Too many times na yan, huh? 88-79. To the corner. Richie Rivera's back in action, misses that scoop shot. Here's Omon, challenged by Dicky. Bounces away.
He's wanting to make things happen.
Yeah. And if you're Phoenix, you don't want to use the clock too early.
Yes. Layo pa to eh. Gotta be aggressive.
Nelly open, diretso, jump shot na.
Rebound. There's that rebound again.
Ilan ang total rebounds ng Dicky? May 20 na.
21.
Sabi na yun.
Ayan, parang natapilok pa itong si Lucero.
Iyon
Looks
na,
like he's
tapos
okay.
Tapos na-hyperextend pa yung arm. 6:09 to go in the final quarter. And we are down to 10 on the shooting clock. Perkins, no. Lucero grabs the board. Here's Omot at the top of the key. Less than 6 minutes to play. Omot releases. No.
Well, they're trying to go to the rim and giving him that basketball and letting him create and just lead that offense.
Early scouting report, hindi sure shot yung tres. Diba? The coaches are taking notes right now. Assistant coaches. Well, given hindi pa siya acclimatized.
Yes.
But you know he wants to shoot that shot.
You can really feel na hindi pa 100%. And again, he's only had maybe 1 or 2 practices.
Walang hangin,
Walang hangin. And yung sistema. Nakikita mo, di ba, pinibigay sa kanya yung bola, they're giving 1-2 screens and then just allowing him to create from the perimeter.
Adjustment to a new environment, new culture. Although he's been here before, because he played in the FIBA World Cup. I think that was only a few days ago, but it's not. Hey, Perkins has played a very good game here today.
Coming off the bench.
Another 10-point lead.
Points for Jason.
Kind of CLA the spark. Naghahanap siya ng somebody who will engineer this comeback. Who will do that for his team?
We've seen that a number of times from Estimosa, from Gomez de Liano, Baroka as well.
He's hoping that one of them will just yung puputok. Diba? In the meantime, 2 free throws taken care of by Jason Perkins. It's a 90-79 fourth quarter with 5:23 remaining. Nelly, God. And now the largest lead has been posted on the board. 5:11 to go. Magnolia versus the timeout buzzer will return after this.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Like to be a fast-paced team at least, and I like to mix it out with a team that will defend. Obviously, the PBA, it's tough. It's really tough to win games here. So hopefully, we can show a bit of a different brand of basketball. So Phoenix, nice flow on offense, and just guys out there having fun and playing some good basketball. It's been a pretty good experience for me so far. It's quite easy to coach smart players, diba? Guys that are experienced also.
Yan, pag nagmumuni-muni ka dyan sa labas, aabutan ka ng production.
Sigurado.
Huli yan. Si Coach...
Parang boy next door talaga to si Coach
Charles. Doon sa labas, walang ginagawa. Pero may kausap sa telepono. Pati ikaw, ginulo mo yan kanina.
Inantay ko pa pinaantay pa ako
Pinantay ka?
Oo
So ako, si T. White ang kinausap ko. Yun, magaling talaga player si Timplados. Yes. Grade school pa lang sa Xavier.
Hindi, tsaka alam mo maganda sa story niya ng TY. He struggled in his first year or two with LaSalle, but came back strong and led the team.
Samantala, this play is not work, and Phoenix is charged with this timeout with a 13-point lead at the 4:56 mark.
Let's run this. Francis, Richie, Kai, JD. 4, hand back, stagger. On this stagger, Richie, you're face cutting. He's open hit. Francis, pag wala, you curl here. Kai, you spread. We go Spain with Richie and JD. Again, JD, Kai. Francis is curling here. Pag walang atake si Richie, get out. Spain with Richie.
And so far, Coach Charles Chu has pressed all the right buttons, and one of them has been this guy.
Jason Perkins, been working hard, going deep, using his heft, using his strength, posting up, getting those points. 18 points for him, 7 of 9 from the field. Understanding kung sino yung nasa harapan niya, anong klaseng diskarte, saan siya makakakuha ng puntos. Very successful with that, helping Phoenix to a 13-point lead.
Now with Dickey and the rest of their PKs, they look so big, and they could be sending,
athletic.
They could send a very loud signal to the rest of the field here. 4:55 to go. Magnolia needs their rally cap right now, not later. Not deep into the last end of this game, but right now. That won't work. Let's see if Gomez De Leon. Where's the point guard? Ahead. Libre. Oh, there you go. Nails a three.
Coach LA now wants to put some pressure.
Lead has been brought down to 10. 4:20 to go.
Delay of ball game for Mark Baroka.
Sabi ni Dickey, inbound na.
Kaya pinuntahan ni Mark Baroka yung bola para mag-inbound.
Quite the patak si Richie Rivera. Slash him up. Find a way.
That's really good with that two-man ball game.
That might count, but it won't.
May kita mo sa Magnolia, diba? Hindi sila makakuha ng rhythm. Not playing well at all.
Apple, what do you have?
Isang sigurado para kay Coach L.A. Tenorio, mas mahirap daw maging coach kesa maging player. Kasi siya naman lalaro, taga-execute. Now that he's coaching, he gives out instructions, pero walang assurance sa susundin ng mga manlalaro niya. Now, how does he manage frustration? Sabi niya, he carried his mentality as a player na not everything's gonna be perfect. You just really have to move on to the next play, to the next game. 7 dog.
You know, L.A., that attitude will help your golf team.
Oo, tama.
Because, you know, you're telling me he plays a lot of golf.
Yes.
Late,
Ang laki na ng ginaling ni LA, Tsaka hindi talaga nagpapatalo yan. Kahit na pa sobrang hirap nung lay.
Tsaka, alam mo, dating atin, pag tinrabaho. Like, for example, kaibigan natin, si Anthony Zuntay. No, I'm just here to have fun. Before you know it, Class A champion. That won't work. Even John Reyes has a very good golf game. In the meantime, that will work. Here comes Magnolia. Final surge.
Omot. What is that? Is that cramps?
.9486.
Still got to be aggressive.
Yes.
Phoenix.
shot clock at 9. Dicky trying to provide the wall, the shield. That partially blocked by Gomez De Leano. Here comes the rush. 3 minutes to go. Alam mo, tumaas yung buong bench ng Magnolia.
Well, gusto niya masigurado na hindi maka-fast break itong Magnolia.
Sakta na ata.
Oo. You could see he was there to foul him. Diba? He was really gonna make sure na hindi makaka-fast break. Could have gotten that wind knocked out of him.
Kasi on the run eh. No?
Tsaka sa may bandang gilid eh.
Sa may kidney. Kidney ba tama? Kasi sa boxing kasi may kidney punch. Diba?
Not yet in the penalty.
Were they looking for a graver foul?
Well, he was going for the basketball. Dun sa replay na yun. But obviously for Magnolia, they don't like that because they felt the contact was excessive.
Sa karate, bawal yun. I have a nice discussion with Jamie Ling, who's now one of our coaches at Portos. Jamie, of course, is a SEA Games gold medalist. Kasi sa karate, pag excessive ang contact violation yun. Nice fake of a pass by Lastimosa. Does he make it? He does.
Able to go all the way to the basket.
A lead of as much as 13 has now been reduced.
Just 6.
6.
Just 6. And they're not even playing all that well. May sinabi ni Coach Eddie kanina eh, di ba? Ilan lang yun lamang. Hindi nga maganda yung laro nila eh.
Tama, ikaw magaling sa math. 8-2 run na ba itong Magnolia? Parang bagay. 6-2, something like that. 9. Yaktin na lang sa'yo. Malaking run.
Oh, yeah.
Kasi yung Phoenix, kanina pa yung na-stuck sa 92.
13 yung kalabangan nila kanina at the 5-11 mark.
Which was
79-92.
Yep. Dicky. Knocked away. Baraka felt it hit. Wala nang challenge sa Magnolia.
1.7 on the shot clock.
Angal lang.
Oo.
Si Atty. Saragosa sa kabila. Yan. Foul. Okay, time out.
Richie split.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
So hopefully we can show a bit of a different brand of basketball.
Jerome Lastimosa, you don't feel his 16 points actually. But he's there. He's been a contributor. That's why he's on the floor.
4 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 2 in the third, and then 5 here in the fourth.
Gagalit takin to si Atty. Cirillo. Tinawag ko sa Ragosa ngayon. Kasama ko nagwa-walking sa Green Hills yun eh. May mga barkada siya dun eh. That won't work. Hey, here comes Magnolia.
A good stop by the Hotshots. Just 4 points, 2 minutes and 28 left.
Oh, bakit ang aga bumaba ni Lastimosa? He has to get the ball, actually. He has to run the show. Omot. Libre. Yes! Dos lang.
Oo.
Dos lang. Interesting 11-2 run here by Magnolia. Oh!
That's big. They needed that.
Tapin. Pamatay sunog. $97.90. Lastimosa drop pass. Difficult angle, but they found a way. Lucero cuts it down to 5.
They're asking for fouls. Everybody's asking for fouls now.
Any small advantage, di ba? Nelly. Now, Barroca will be all over him.
Yep.
And they take it away. Opportunity to get in even closer. Magnolia down by just 3.
Good decision by Lucero to take control of that basketball. Not giving it up.
Now, if you're Phoenix, you shouldn't panic.
Yes.
Perkins, no. Gets it back. They can use some time here.
See, Barroca.
Foul on Barroca. At tama ka, kukunin ni Barroca.
Hindi niya lang tatapikin yan.
He was hoping for a jump, a jump ball. Penalty na pareho ito eh. So these are pressure-packed free throws here. Making them will relieve some of the stress for Phoenix here.
Both teams already in the penalty. Solid performance for Jason Perkins. The big men of Phoenix will need to help out Evanelli because yung pressure na binibigay sa kanya ni Barroca and ni Lastimosa also on the other guards, there's a lot of pressure there.
That's a miss.
Griffin and Perkins.
Here we go.
Yep.
4-point game. 1:03 to go. Lastimosa wants a pick. Doesn't get it. It's too far away. Lastimosa sees a crack. Goes all the way in.
Just knows how to use his quickness.
Earlier it was 92-79. Big surge by Magnolia here with 38 seconds to go. Rivera pop from behind to be retained by Phoenix. Shot clock, look, am I correct? 2 seconds remaining. Well, we're in the last 2 minutes. We'll review this last time.
By Lastimosa.
Yeah.
The game that he's had. Basically that same move that Rivero does. Ginawa niya against Richie Rivero. 2-point lead for Phoenix, 31. Seconds left, 2.3 seconds on the shot clock. Good comeback here by the Magnolia Hotshots in this fourth quarter. They were down at the start, down by 7 points at the start of the third quarter, or the fourth quarter rather. And then plays like this, did not give up. Made stops. Lucero with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Eto na naman tayong dalawa. Nagtitinginan tayo. Nagtitinginan tayo ng mga kasama natin dito.
Maaga pa. Second league din pala.
Pag tayong dalawa pinagsama Sabi sa press, yung dalawang yan, There we go. Shot clock at 2.3. The usual thing to say here is catch and shoot.
You got to communicate if you're Magnolia.
Nelly, fall away. Almost, but not quite. Magnolia ball. Not able to use their clock.
Yeah. Actually, the referees can't review that.
Because it's hindi na kailangan challenge, diba? It's a possession issue.
Yes. Just to make sure.
But if their decision holds, nothing challenge, diba? If they say, diba? Oh, na-review na. Pero na-review na. Phoenix talaga. So no complaints from Magnolia.
No need to challenge that kasi i-review mo naman.
Si Lastimosa ba yan? Si Barroco sila.
Yung Lucero.
Ito dito sa ilalim.
That's Lastimosa.
Sa kanan.
Parang huli nakahawak si Lucero.
Well, some bit of relief for Phoenix here. Nelly sees an opening. Scores!
He likes that matchup against Lastimosa because Barroca can lock it down. Right? So, nung extra hit niya yung sarili niya dun sa depensa, was able to leave his defense all the way to that basket.
Tapak din ito si Nelly.
Big basket for Evanel.
Ano yun? Clutch points yun.
Gusto niya rin makabawi sa agawan tsaka nila.
If they have to drive, drive. Switch off.
Phoenix has a challenge and a full timeout should they need it.
If they're gonna make it a 4,
Wala na.
Nuni. And Abi.
That needs to convert here. Remember, we still have that 4-point shot.
Hey, pass the ball to Jerome, safe. Screen right away. Abi, stay on the corner.
But there's only 14 seconds also on that shot clock.
If this man doubles, you have to pick out. Pero if you have a drive, quick to it, we can. If there's an open 3, take a shot, then we foul. May 4, play 4. Hey, come on, go! Abi,
Daming options in.
Yes. Well, it looks like they're looking for the quick two.
Quick to it.
If the open 3 is there, take 3, but also the 4. Sinabi rin nila, especially on Gomez de Leano.
Who's in the corner? One of his favorite spots. Lastimosa. Libre tres. Voila. And Dicky collects it. That might be it, Don.
Yes.
That might be it.
Went for the tie. Itong si Lastimosa. But you could see that Coach LA wanted him to attack, wanted to go for that quick 2 and then foul.
Tapang din ito si Jerome kasi yun.
Magandang nilalaro niya. But notice majority of his points attacking the basket. And then if the defense collapses, then you can kick it out for the open 3 to your teammates.
First free throw does not work. Door slightly ajar. Slightly ajar. But out of timeouts na ang Magnolia, di ba? Phoenix has won. Scoring this might ice it.
And no more fouls if you're Phoenix. Even if it's a 4-point shot, you make them take it.
Omot will go for it. And Phoenix will utilize their last timeout.
And they can advance that basketball.
Which is the key.
Yeah.
Kailangan these two assistants din, for those little nuances. Kung minsan pwede makalimutan ng head coach yan. And the next 3 games of Magnolia are on your picture.
Ito, the NLEX Road Warriors in Inares Montalban, and then the Blackwater Bossing and the Macau Black Knight. So full schedule for Magnolia. Ito naman para sa Phoenix, kalaban ng Titan Ultra also on the 15th, 21st, Meralco Bots.
Dadaan sa Karayom nito bago mag-Holy Week.
And then ang Terra Firma Jeep on March 25, also in Inares, Antipolo.
Montalban is the venue for the games tomorrow. Converge faces Terra Firma and Rain or Shine tries out the Macau Black Knights. Macau is so beautiful, but I won't ever travel again yung boat ride from Hong Kong to Macau. Grabe yung waves dun. Grabe yung waves dun.
Alam mo pinaka-nakakahilo habang nakadock?
Diba? And I took yung papunta in the morning, pero yung gabi, mas matakas ang alon. Kalabas ang buwan diba?
Lalo na pag umuulan, mas nakakatakot.
Naubos dasal ko. Inbound, Nelly, 5-second issue.
That's a good play. That's a good one. Good decision by Nelly.
No need to review, ha?
Binato niya dun sa paa ni
Omomot. 2.4.
Dicky's open.
And he doesn't have to do anything, actually. And we're done. Phoenix emerging with a 101-98 win against Magnolia. But not without a fight back by Magnolia, though.
You like how? Well, congratulations to Coach Charles True. First win as a PBA head coach. But, you like how, Magnolia, in the end, was able to try and come back and try to push his game. They didn't play well all throughout this ball game, but gave themselves a chance in the end. But in the end, was able to close it out. Itong Phoenix doing a good job, especially with their import. Their import doing it all, being a rim protector, helping his team to their first win. 20 points, 26 rebounds, and 5 assists.
And 200 meetings on the floor.
Ang daming meeting talaga dun sa ginawa niya. But ang maganda dito, he's keeping everybody in check, everybody on the same page, making sure that they are able to get the things that they plan to do and relaying it to the players para ma-execute nila on the floor.
Okay, big win by Phoenix on their first game, 101-98, trying to improve on their standings to be able to make it deeper into the tournament. And we'll say goodbye for now. In behalf of Dominic Uy and Apo David, that's it for us. Seb Sarmenta here, inviting you to join us over the weekend for all our PBA games. Action be fast and furious, and look for better positions and better finishes for this conference. Good night.
James Dickey III is our best player of the game. Congratulations, James. This is the first time that you played here in the PBA. How was that experience?
Oh, man, it's exciting. It's super exciting. I'm happy we got the win today, my first game. Great atmosphere, man. I love the Philippines, for sure.
James, you were all over the floor tonight. You were scoring, rebounding, and doing everything you can just to get that W. What could you attribute to that effort that you put out here today?
Man, I'm just having fun playing basketball, you know. Like I told you before the game, I'm going to bring energy. I don't know what the stats are going to look like. And that's what I try to do for my team is bring energy, you know. And today it resulted in a win, so I'm happy.
James, a lot of fans are also waiting to hear from you. Any message you want to send out to them?
Man, Man, I hope we gain some more Phoenix fans tonight. We need a lot more fans. I know everyone's Inebra and San Miguel, but hopefully we get some more Phoenix fans. But yeah, it was a great game, great game.
All right, thank you so much, James. Now it's time to hear from our winning coach.
We are joined by Coach Charles Chu of Phoenix. Coach, a win on your PBA head coaching debut. It went down the wire. Take us through your emotions and your thoughts about tonight's game.
Well, first of all, I thank the Lord for the win. Really waiting for the game to finish. I was like, oh, can the game end in the first quarter when we were up? And then we were up in the fourth. I was like, man, I knew they were going to make a run. And lucky enough, we made some stops down the stretch. The zone really slowed us down. But, credit to the players. They made plays and they got the stops just enough for us to escape with a win.
It's going to be an important battle for a debuting coach like Charles Chu up against LA Tenorio, who wanted to improve Steve's performance in this new conference, of course. And we were off to a good start with Lastimosa attacking the basket.
Well, that was a good start for the Magnolia Hotshots off the steal, and then they converted off that layup of Jerome Lastimosa.
Santos said, we are not going to go down deep in this first quarter. We'll answer back. He started them up with a three-point shot. And now it's a battle between the two imports, and we wanted to assess their value to their team, of course.
Well, we talked about the late change para sa Magnolia for their import. That's why you could see, they're trying to see early kung ano bang magagawa nitong si Omot. And ito namang si James Dickey III, we could see that he's a big guy. Look at how much power moving itong si Save Rosero all the way basically underneath that basket already to get the 2 points.
First quarter ended at 27-23 in favor of Phoenix. But the same number of points would be scored by the other side in the second quarter. It would be 27-21 in favor of Magnolia.
Jason Perkins coming off the bench, providing that spark para dito sa Phoenix, knocking down that three plus getting that foul.
Lastimosa cans a three, and he got some help from Lucero along the way. You'll see that in a short while. Ganda pumuwesto ni Lucero talaga.
Very important between dalawang big man, two tall guys, be able to pass to each other, especially plus you have an import ba. Those little passes will get you a lot of open looks.
And it was close and tight, just a 2-point lead by Magnolia at the end of their 27-point splurge right there. But the third quarter was an altogether different story.
Well, this third quarter, nakita natin itong Phoenix really putting their head down, trying to get and push that basketball using their quickness. Omot could see, he's got 13 points in the first quarter. That is next 2 points na. You could see parang medyo napagod itong si Omot. On the other end, James Dickey III, just so much energy, never let off the gas.
And this was part and parcel of that 12-2 run that was created by Phoenix in that third quarter, establishing probably the cushion that allowed them to win this game, actually.
Well, we talked about Kai Balugay. Pulot, spot up, able to get to the right position, got his points as well in the third. 8 points for him.
And at the end of 3 quarters, it was going to be 79-72. But the fourth quarter had a different story, of course.
Well, this fourth quarter, kita natin nakabalik itong Magnolia. They struggled with that zone defense ng Magnolia. That was key.
That was a big shot that extinguished some of the fire. But there was that grappling with the ball. This takeaway, Baroka initiating that. And Lucero scoring.
And making some stops towards the end, cutting that lead down to just 3 points after that basket of Lucero.
And it was 98-94, then suddenly just a 2-point game.
Able to extricate himself from the defense, going all the way to the basket, another layup para kay Lastimosa. But this was the clincher. Evanelli able to make space, creating that lane, going all the way to the basket, 2 points. And that was basically it para dito sa Phoenix.
First win of Charles Chu as a head coach here in the PBA.